Hello, everybody. Robert here, and welcome back to this week's episode of Deep Web Exploration. I know it's been some time since I've done this, but I've got lots of sites to make up for all of the episodes I haven't put out, and I'm gonna record them back to back to back, and I'm gonna post them all this week. Probably, maybe I don't know. Maybe I'll post them. I don't know. I don't think anyone needs that much deep web in their life, but they'll be recorded and they'll be ready to go whenever they get posted, and they'll be great. So, without further ado, let's get to it. Acid Law had bro aim. Click here for a motherfucking postcard, bruh. Meet Space postcards from Black Page God None J. South Park episode S22, now available S21. Also, they're all 720p. James Comey's book, A Higher Loyalty, Truth, Lies, and Leadership, EPUB. Blade Runner 1997. Sausage Arms. Uh, Postcards. Get a postcard or a letter from the Dirk Werb. USA address only. This little deal here. I'm gonna click that. Um, 2 April. Sorry for the delay. I've been having a lot of requests since this seemed to be linked on a Reddit thread. We'll validate requests soon and clean out the queue, hopefully this evening. Current queue has 20 out of 20 postcards waiting to be sent. Once a postcard is sent, it will be marked sent and a space will open in the queue and the form will again be active. Introduction. I hope that you will use this request to request a postcard to yourself and not to an unsuspecting stranger. I'll write the Onion URL and that this card was sent on behalf of a dark web user on every postcard. Please don't abuse this service. I'm trying to have fun. Postcards are slightly influenced by your choices below. If you want a G-rated card, please check the Not Lewd Please box below. If you have access to a UV or black light and check the corresponding box, it may be worthwhile to view the postcard under such a light. Just an idea. It's also possible you may not receive a postcard at all, but instead a letter. I usually write letters when I have a strong urge to write a lot. For the most part, I send postcards, though. Name, pseudonym. Pseudonym preferred, no special characters. Street address, apartment, city, 2-letter state abbreviation, zip code, 5-digit zip or zip plus 4, e.g. 10001 or 10001 1000111. Type of postcard you wish. Haiku, rambling, slice life, don't give a fuck. Not lewd, please. I have access to a blacklight. How does it work? Fill out the form above with the valid address that is not prohibited by the criteria below, and a postcard is sent to that address. Address information is only held in volatile memory while it is encrypted using PGP before being delivered to me for review. Once reviewed, I decrypt the info, review your request, and approve or reject it. The status is updated at this point. If approved, the postcard will later be marked sent once it has placed in a mailbox. Oh gosh, I'm so tired. If you save the link to the status page after submitting the form, you can check the status for your postcard. Accepted, rejected, sent. Why should I trust you? Frankly, you shouldn't. You should trust no one. However, if you'll take my word for it, I'm just bored and enjoy writing postcards, even to strangers. I have no interest in sharing your personal information or to any other entities, and I take the utmost care in protecting your data. If you're uncomfortable providing your home address, P.O. boxes are welcome. Which is, I would actually say you should probably do that. Just to be safe, if this ever does come active again, I would highly recommend um, that you use a P.O. box so that you don't give out your personal information on the deep web. Oh, yeah. So that you don't give out your personal information on the deep web. Mm. Who are you? I am the postmaster. I enjoy sending and making postcards, and I want to send them to the lovely denizens of the dark web. I realize some of the better denizens are located outside of the U.S. I hope to expand my operation to permit sending postcards to all countries if sufficient interest is shown. What is prohibited? The following restrictions apply to addresses. All the following criteria are mostly prohibited unless otherwise stated, and all requests are clearly subject to my own denials for any reason given or otherwise. Addresses using slurs, epithets, or for a name or pseudonym. Most business addresses depends on my mood. Non-existent addresses. Government facilities with the exception of public universities. Celebrities, politicians, members of the public eye, e.g., POTUS, Andy Dick, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, Macaulay Culkin, Anthony Weiner, Madonna, Madonna, sorry, Mark Zuckerberg, Bill de Blasio, Rudy Giuliani. I am open to sending postcards to members of the public ear, however, e.g., Brian Thompson, journalist investigating whatever happened to a pizza at McDonald's. Giles, the following locations: Fort George G. Meade, Maryland; Waco, Texas; New Jersey; Elohim City, Oklahoma; 37235-115811111; Harney County, Oregon; Palm Beach, Florida. I guess they won't send to any of those places. I don't know. Here, let's actually run these coordinates real fast. DoD Network Information Center. Let that go for a second. Wait. What is this QR code? What did I do? Oh, well, if you want to scan that, you can. I don't know what it is, and I'm not going to say on it. So I don't know why I just open things and bad stuff happens. So control scroll. Okay. Oh, is it Area 51? I'm going to guess that's Area 51. It could be Roswell. I don't know. No, Roswell's in New Mexico. Yeah. So we're going to assume that. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Anyways, why was my request rejected? Either your request didn't meet the criteria above, or your request was for a foreign country outside the U.S., or the address was not recognized by the USPS as a valid location. If you want more information, you can send me an email. See below for my address. Since the information is deleted as soon as it was marked rejected, I won't have access to even the encrypted copy of your previous request. So I would suggest you send the information encrypted in your email if you care. There's no reason you should trust your email host or mine. Not that there's anything illegal about getting a letter or postcard, but whatever. Also, if there are multiple requests from the same person in the same queue, only one will be accepted. So tired. I got so much recording to do. Why haven't I received my postcard yet? Assuming that you have saved the status page and you see it marked as sent, then you should receive the postcard within 3 to 7 days, not including Sundays. If you haven't saved the status page, your postcard may have been rejected. Additionally, sometimes it takes me a while to process the queue. I do have a full-time job and shit too. As much as I wish this could be my full-time job, it is but a hobby. If it was marked sent and you still didn't receive it, you can blame USPS and just resubmit your address and I'll send another. If you like the postcard you receive and want to donate to Stamp Fund, $1 can help send 3 domestic postcards. You can donate to this Bitcoin address. You certainly could. That is an option that you have. You could do it. So if you want a postcard from the deep web, this is the place to do it, but his queue is full, so I guess that's just how that is. What else do you have, buddy? He sure does have sausage arms. What? All right. What? Oh, I'm not doing that. You want to watch Seinfeld? I guess you can watch Seinfeld. Also, important videos for you to please watch. Thanks. Killing Moon, Echo, and the Bunny Man. A guy with cornrows eating corn on the cob while listening to corn. Is it? uh, No super. Oh yeah, it's that. Hmm. So that's acid website, I guess. It seems like a personal directory of some sort where the guy just has things he likes or whatever, internal links and such things, and then you can go to them and download episodes of Seinfeld or whatever it is you do there, or get a postcard. So, wow, that's great. For all the right reasons. Our dream is to see a world where sexual services are no longer stigmatized and are available to everyone. We aim to become the first online, discreet, and trustworthy escort agency. Our pseudonymous reputation tracking system will assure safety and quality of service for providers and clients alike, without sacrificing privacy. Our financial overhead is much lower than the traditional agencies. Our clients will pay less, while service providers still earn more. Don't be fooled by imitators. There are many, many sites on Tor hawking escort services, but none of them have a reputation system. All of them appeared overnight by magic with the same set of girls they've always had. Every girl provides every service, and every girl will travel worldwide on the drop of a hat. This is not reality. These are all run-of-the-mill scams put together by some schmuck who doesn't realize the work it takes to start a new agency. We know we have a long road ahead of us, and that's why we need your help with what is an escort service without escorts? Since we don't have the luxury of being able to fabricate our girls out of thin air from Google Images and a copy-pasted bio, we need referrals. If you can refer an escort to us or happen to be one yourself, please apply to be one of our service providers. We accept every race and every body type. You don't need to be experienced, but you must be willing to learn. Refer service providers to us and earn up to 1,000 pounds? Euros? I don't know. Donations. Any financial support you can give is greatly appreciated. You may donate Bitcoin at this address. Is it? Well, there's no address, so your donations will be listed publicly in the blockchain. If you want to donate more discreetly, you're welcome to contact us for private donation address. Your donations will be used to locate new service providers in order to expand the areas we cover, as well as further develop the site and pay our expenses until we're fully up and running. If you want to see our dream materialize, please consider contributing. Even a small amount will go a long way. Donations are not guaranteed to be redeemable for services, but we may give token rewards or exclusive offers to early supporters in the future. You will need to sign a message with the address you used to donate, so make sure your wallet supports this if you want this option open to you. If you want this, please make sure you are sending a Bitcoin wallet that allows signatures, and be sure to note down the address used to send applications. This form is for service provider applications and referrals. Please do not use this form to request services. We cannot provide any at this time, and fake submissions will only delay our launch. For any other inquiries, use this general contact form. Please fill out the form completely and provide sample photos depicting you holding up a card with your email and today's date. You do not need to show your face, but applications without photos will be deleted instantly without being read. If you cannot fill everything out, use the contact form below instead. Contact. To save us tremendous amounts of time, we've written a quick Q&A. Please review it before contacting us, as it answers 99 out of 100 questions we receive. How do I request services? We don't yet have any service providers, so we aren't yet even close to taking on clients. When will you be open? We don't know. The only applications we've gotten are people wasting our time. Please stop asking and check back later. What services will you offer? We hope to offer everything you'd expect from an escort service, including as many fetish services as possible. Common sense dictates that intersex aren't going to be on the menu. Why don't you hire Jane Doe? She is hot, and here is her website. Most escorts work for an agency that requires exclusivity. If you want someone with a website, chances are pretty solid that she works for someone else already. In addition, legitimate service providers work for a living. Would you give up your steady job for an unknown new company? What we're saying is this. Please do not refer escorts to us without first asking them and waste your time, our time, and their time. And that's that. There. I gotta give you this. Your website is really well made. I love this background effect here that you did. Um, Opening the curtain into a still questionable legality escort service that will be open at some indiscriminate time. No one knows. Indeterminate time. No one really knows, and no one really cares at this moment. So don't waste their time, I guess. But if you want to be an escort, this is the place to do it. Nope. Nope. Not happening. Welcome to Tiny Voices. This is the official ClearNet link of Tiny Voices. Tiny Voices is founded by Yiza, a darknet enthusiast and freelance writer. Tiny Voices' goal is to voice out various voices in different aspects. I'm encouraging you to voice out your thoughts to this world. Hi, user. This is Bella, Yiza's chatbot. Hi, Yiza. Hola. Salud. Hello. Hola. Sample option. Thank you. Chat. Thank you. Hello. Can I talk? Can I respond? Chat. Oh God, what have I done? Uh, what do I? Yeah, I don't know. Collect chat. Collect more. What the fuck? I don't. So it's like a chat bot that you just answer the questions and it asks them and you're like, yeah, I love it. Hola. Well, okay. Good luck with that. Um, Getting to know, featured article, blog, uses links. All right, we'll do those. Welcome to Tiny Voices is the official onion link of Tiny Voices. Getting to know. Tiny Voices, founded by Isa, Darknet enthusiast. Oh yeah, who is Isa? I am Isa, a Darknet enthusiast, freelance writer, and a medical technologist on training, and a little geeky on the other stuffs such as physics, chemistry, and I forgot the bookworm and metalhead. Many said I'm a bit weird and that I am into technology or internet stuffs rather on cosmetics as other girls do, but isn't weird, right? I mean, at present we are on internet era where anything we need can be seen and accessed through it. I am called Darknet Princess in my home country for a reason of my diverse knowledge on anonymous networks such as the Onion Router, ZeroNet, FreeNet, and others. All of these networks became a daily routine of mine. It's not anymore new or something dark or creepy. The networks basically does not hold any secrets, just pure solution on the rise of internet privacy issues such as the breaches that happens mostly all the time, especially big companies such as what we are using at present. I have only one goal, and that is to optimize every network and protect my own identity on the internet. I have other sub goals though, such as destroying the foundations of the current deep web community in the Philippines and replace it with a new, cleaner people rather than immature individuals. My long journey takes me also the reach, the hardest network ever created, maybe the private networks of governments. In this website of mine, what do you expect are these contents from different networks, some geeky stuff about the internet, some reality slapping contents about the Philippines deep web community, darknet diaries or confessions, and many more. I have also created some useful external links that can be found on the links section. That's all for now. Thanks for the visit, and don't forget to hit the message email button if you have any queries. Bye. Well, okay. She really doesn't like No, doesn't seem to be any confessions, so we'll just move on to the next thing here. Uh, Featured article: Pedo Hub, a pedophile website on ZeroNet. Right. What do you got? Last week, I did see that website and posted on my Facebook timeline, but didn't pay attention on their comments. But I revisited it and saw a bunch of videos, which I think very similar to the Lolita City back then. I registered to saw what kinds of contents present on it. The site was owned by Pexo, and luckily I have found some ways to contact him or her. I will definitely repeating all over that I didn't register for the purpose of becoming one of them, but to do my task as darknet researcher or reporter, rather. This is the hardest part of accessing such websites, is not knowing you could be in danger. Browsing such sites to know how they work or are operated. Here are things I know about this website. Does accessing their website illegal? No, you are not. While this hub is likely to contain images that are illegal in many countries, files are only downloaded to your computer if they are needed. This means that images will get onto your machine only if you click them within ZeroMe or any other site that supports ZeroMe merger hubs. Just viewing the page is not illegal. Using this hub or just seeding it to read the posts made by users of this hub is also not illegal as long as you are careful with the images in those posts. Of course, here in our country, such files are completely illegal, so don't try to download some either from here or other websites. Is PedoHub a honeypot? No, it's not. This page does not require any JavaScript to be activated. You can check this by adding raw in front of the address of this hub, or clicking this link, which will do that for you. The source code of this hub can be found at the Git repository over on Git Center, where I published the source code myself. Since we are on ZeroNet, you can, unlike on ClearNet sites, actually verify that the code in the repo is actually the code running on this hub. By design of ZeroNet, there's no server where this hub is hosted, so there's no server that could run, log, and do who knows what. This means all source code for any or any file in this hub and any site in general must visible and accessible to everyone at any time. You can simply look at those files to check whether or not the source on the Git repo matches the actually executed code. This way, are you able to know what exactly the hub is doing and don't have to blindly take my word for it and know that I didn't just remove the malicious lines of code before I posted them to the Git Center repository. I did what he said. Definitely not a honeypot. Honeypot. So, what? Uh, what? Why would you go there? No, I don't understand what the purpose of that is. What are you against it, for it, or neutral? What? Uh, I, hmm. I, uh, all right. Well, can we create an artificial life, Isabella? Ah, you did it. This particular topic appeared in one of my Facebook friends' posts. Seems a very interesting one. For the past year, I have made a pretty close related article on it, still thirsty for more information, which made me to research it once more. In this article, we will find answer to one question, and that is, can we create an artificial life? The concept seems very fictional. We got many movies and stories that are covering up such a concept as this one, well, became realistic and possible with the help of science. Let's go first to the basic biology in order to understand the main point later. In order for an organism to have life, it must meet the characteristics of life, such as reproduction, heredity, hemostasis, metabolism, cellular organization, growth and development, response to stimuli, and adaptation through evolution. These are the basic things for life to occur. Aside from these, we all know what the basic building blocks of life are, and within them are the blueprint of life. The deoxyribonucleic acid, deoxyribonucleic acid, there it is. Now the question, can we make artificial DNA since DNA is the backbone of life wherein without it there is no life? Yes, and researchers have already developed an artificial DNA. The DNA code for living organisms are made up of 4 different molecules of bases, which called ATCG, in a double helix DNA. These bases paired up to a specific base, like A's connecting to T's and C's paired up with G's. In 2008, a team of researchers created a third and artificial bases of a DNA. I'm pretty sure you are freaked out by now, and match each other, namely NAM and 5SICS. The researchers used a method called X-ray crystallography to take pictures while these bases are being matched. What? Researchers at first puzzled why it works so well. Introducing new objects or substances to our body might not work well, but in this case it isn't. What really caused it to work well? Scientists believe that during the DNA polymerase, the bases are lined up neatly each other to match in a double helix with specific shapes in these 2 artificial bases. They aren't shaped like the natural ones. Romsberg and the others found out that the 2 artificial bases aren't lined up to edge as natural bases do, but moreover, a shift happened for the correct formation when copying or DNA polymerase happens. DNA polymerase apparently induces this unnatural base pair to form a structure that is virtually indistinguishable from that of a natural base pair, said Denis Malishev, another Scripps Institute chemist in the study. Additional information about Romsberg and this artificial DNA. In 2014, Romsberg and colleagues created a strain of E. coli bacteria that contained 2 unnatural letters, X and Y. This is the first time ever a cell translated a protein using something other than G, C, A, or T, Romsberg said. The NAM and the 5-SACS nucleotides. So we know how DNA got created artificially. Now let's proceed to the main question a while back. Can we create artificial life? Yes, and very yes. In order to create artificial life, you just need 8 ingredients. What are those? 2 proteins, 3 buffering agents, 2 types of fat molecule, and chemical energy. For the past years, researchers are still continuing to achieve and improve greater heights for this goal. The main goal here isn't to become a creator, but to understand how life originates and really works. Artificial life seems a nightmare to some, but in the field of medicine and other fields is very useful. Think about it carefully. Instead of using albino rats or humans for lab subjects, why not create an artificial life for it to be experimented, right? But again, all things must be regulated. Pretty easy. Think again. Pretty easy? Think again. Sources, references, and external additional links. Researchers make artificial cells that can replicate themselves. Whoa. Alexandra Sola, September 29th, 2015. U.S. scientists take step toward creating artificial life. Oh, these are externals, I think, or references. Citations. The dark side isn't all about bad, it is your true side. Well, not liable for any misuse of the contents created. Tor is not the only place where you can see hidden services such as pornography. In fact, almost anonymous networks has a list of it. They are grabbing the opportunity that these networks' anonymity use to it on their own desires. Among the pedophile websites I have discovered on Freenet is Yaffy. Many of its index links contains of child pornography. Jesus. As a darknet researcher, I bravely enough to enter at least 2 links of it and found some are just mere websites for torrent services. Star Lolita, one of the active sites, Freenet sites, that host such activities. On their website, they said all girls range from 6 to 16 years old. Here are some of the names of files I saw. That's getting blurred out. I repeat, I am not encouraging you to visit such links, and for it, I won't give the link. Hashtag Freenet. Well, listen, motherfucker. Deep Web Readers official Facebook page, Tiny Voices, ClearNet, Deepest Minds Facebook. So there's some links, I guess. Okay, so here's the thing. I don't know what your goal is or what you're doing, but it concerns me to a kind of a large degree that you would you have a focus on this particular subject, and it's one of those things where you're like, okay, you're saying you're not you know for it, but then you're like deep diving into the websites, and you're like, oh, I'm just researching. You're just as shady as the rest of them, and I'm sorry to say, but hopefully that's not the case. I don't know why your two subjects are that and creating artificial life, but hey, whatever, you do you. I'm not here to judge you. I'm just saying it's a little bit sketchy, so I'm gonna go somewhere else. And then we have this. How will you tell the world? You have been chosen, you have always been awake. Seek and it shall be found. Nothing will be achieved without time and tenacity. Question and it shall be earned. Look, listen, learn, brothers and sisters. Continue your search. Reject the hatred, embrace love. The message is coming. The form is eternal. The end occurred. So this site, okay, I don't know much about this, but what I do know is that this site has been around for quite a while, and it's all a big code. I'm not smart enough to solve it, but I still want to show you. Now, worth mentioning, this site is actually featured on a game called fuck, what is it called? It's a game about the deep web, and it's like you gotta find these like hidden pieces of a different code, and you can click on certain parts of it to get the code, and this site's actually in there. And what is that game called? Well, Markiplier played it, and I think some ordinary gamers also played it, and some other people I'm sure have also played it. But we have some frequency charts. We have some what looks to be world coordinates of some sort, maybe. Uh, so the geniuses of the world gather together. This is the code. This is a sound file. I'm very familiar with these. I'm not sure what you would do with it, but maybe these sound file or these sound lines. What are they called? Waves. I'm not. I know what they are. I just don't know what they're called. Correspond to different parts of that. And that looks like a martini glass or a barbecue. I I don't mean to make a mockery of what this is. I just know that I don't understand it. You got some hieroglyphics here. Um, I really should have gotten into cryptology as a kid or when I was in school. That would have been pretty cool. But let's view the page source and see if we can glean anything out of that. Uh, True history, where we are, source of power, first lesson, catastrophe, incongruity, progenitor of division, panacea or division, middle, recalibration, the abducted preceptor, justified ostracism, second lesson, background, lesson, body. Yeah, so we can click the pictures individually and they have names, whatever that means. But this is a code and it means something. And I'm sure that somewhere on the internet, probably Reddit, if I had to guess, people are already trying to figure it out. And maybe they already have. But me, I just wanted to give you guys a look. Because these kind of codes and stuff, um, r/codes probably would be the place to look or to post this if it hasn't already been posted a million times there. Um, there's also like there's other ones I think. I don't know too much. I'm not part of them yet, but I might join them to get information on this if I have the time. But yeah, I'm gonna go somewhere else. Here we have Elude Mail, secure email service for a tour. Dedicated to preserve your anonymity. No bullshit email provider, no tracking, no profiling, no data mining. Privacy, definitive data security. Elude Mail is incorporated in Tor network and all our servers are located in undisclosed location. This means all user data is protected strictly without any gov spywares. Anonymity. Nameless platform. No personal information is required to create your secure email account. Tor protocol erase all tracks which could be linked to your personality. Your privacy comes first. Encryption. Automatic email security. All email accounts feature personally encrypted storage on our servers only accessible by you, as well as our web client supports end-to-end encryption. Safe. No data lock-in. We believe you will love our service. However, if you ever decide Elude Mail isn't right for you, we make it easy to permanently purge your data. If you want privacy, don't count on ClearNet email providers. Here's why. Email privacy. Email may feel like private one-on-one conversation safe from prying eyes, but email is about as confidential as whispering at the White House. Your messages can be intercepted and read anywhere in transit, or reconstructed and read off of backup devices for a potentially infinite period of time. If you're sending email at work, your boss can legally monitor it, and if your company becomes involved in a lawsuit, your adversary has the legal right to review it. If you send email from home, anonymous hackers can intercept it, and if you are suspected of a crime, law enforcement officials with a warrant can seize your electronic correspondence. If even your internet service provider may legally be able to scrutinize your email. What all this amounts to is simple. Unless you take affirmative steps to encrypt your messages, a process that uses sophisticated software to garble your words and then allow the recipient to unscramble and read them, don't count on email as a confidential method of transmitting information. Email at work. On your first day of a new job, you may be asked to sign and acknowledge some form of employer email privacy. This policy will probably inform you that email is to be used only for everyday business purposes, that the computer systems at work are the property of your employer, that email may be monitored, and that you have no reasonable expectation of privacy in your use of email. A written statement like this, signed by an employee, creates a contract upon which an employer can rely if they want to snoop. Equally important, if a dispute arises over monitoring of email, the employer can point to a signed statement to show that it was unreasonable for the employee to think the email was private. Even if there is no signed agreement or written policy, an employer can still peek into email, or your desk for that matter, assuming, as it is usually the case, that you have no reasonable expectation of privacy as to the contents. Email on the internet. While adopting a policy of sending personal email only from home is an obvious step towards protecting your privacy at work, it doesn't guarantee that your messages will fully be protected from prying eyes. After your email leaves your home, it travels over multiple online services and open sender and receiver. And open networks to reach its destination. Although interception of email transition, that is snooping while an email is in real-time transmission between sender and receiver, is a federal crime under the Electronic Communications Protection Act, ECPA 18 USCA 25174. It has been accomplished by hackers. The ECPA also permits an ISP to look through all stored messages, including email awaiting you in your inbox or recently sent and received mail. Almost all ISPs are forced to store all messages that pass through the system. The ECPA normally prevents the ISP from disclosing the messages to others, but even here are exceptions. Law enforcement officials, when armed with proper warrants or administrative subpoenas, can gather this information about users from ISPs, including their names, and also gain access to the content of stored messages. Also, once the email reaches its destination, the ECPA does not protect against snooping at the recipient's mailbox. Some ISPs, worried about their own liability for email content, require subscribers to conform to an end-user license agreement that further reduces the user's expectation of privacy with the ISP favorable terms. For example, the service agreement for one popular ISP states, service provider has no obligation to monitor the service but may do so and disclose the information regarding the use of the service for any reason if service provider in its sole discretion believes that it is reasonable to do so, including to satisfy governmental or legal requests. Keeping emails secret. Ultimately, the only way to ensure a high degree of privacy for your messages on the internet is to encrypt them. Encryption is a system in which sophisticated software using cryptographic algorithms garbles your message, sends it across the network as gibberish, and then, assuming the recipient has a correct digital key, reconstitutes it or decrypts it. Commonly used public key technology uses two keys, one that is unique and private, and one that is public and freely distributed to all users of a particular system. These keys only work when matched. What one scrambles, only the other can undo. These techniques can also verify the integrity of data, that it wasn't altered along the way, and authenticate it. Check to make sure the stated creator is the person who sent the message. But successfully using encryption requires some foresight, because the person receiving the message has to be able to decode it. Two popular encryption standards are Secure Multipurpose Internet Mail Extension, SMIME, and Open Pretty Good Privacy. Neither of these software products can decode the other's algorithms. In the end, email speed and convenience outweighs its non-private nature for most everyday discussions, but you should think of it like a postcard, not a letter. A message open to every eye along the way. Okay. Every aspect of our system is built with your security in mind. Elude mail servers are completely encrypted and all traffic is sent through the Tor network. Every email is encrypted individually and can only be decrypted and read by you. You can use OpenPGP directly in Elude Mail web client to make sure your messages are only read by the intended recipient. Elude Mail web client does not use JavaScript anywhere, period. Have the peace of mind that you have the option to completely erase your account from our servers with the push of a button. And best of all, it's free. Elude Mail does not and will not ever require you to pay to use our email services. Welcome to the age of internet privacy. Well, okay, so here's what's up with that. So there are actually a lot of deep web internet services that all, I guess, do the same thing, and they can be used for sketchy things, but for the most part, this site has the right of it. It's about protecting your data from people you wouldn't want to see it, regardless of whether you're committing a crime or not. A lot of people find that their privacy means kind of a lot to them, and so they might use something like this or Proton Mail or some other ones that I don't really know. Proton Mail is really popular on the deep web, and we might get to that someday. But I've come across a couple, but this one is really well laid out, and I wanted to show you just the idea of what the internet email services look like. Um, I don't know how many of those I'm going to cover on this series, but here's one for you today, and I hope you enjoyed that. So, anyways, I need to get away from this ironically prying eye. What is not to? Not to, or Niggers of the Universe, is an anti-pedophile hacktivist group. The choice of name Niggers of the Universe was a simple joke by the founder, which is, what if the GNAA and the Guardians of the Galaxy were to combine and become the Niggers of the Universe? No2 was not originally the anti-pedophile group that it is now. It was at first a thought patrol group, with its primary purpose to get Alinity banned off Twitch, along with getting the thought deported as payback for copyright striking PewDiePie. Alright. Reason for the offensive name. Pointing back to the origins of the name was more of something of a joke and was originally not supposed to be taken seriously and should not be taken seriously. However, the name should and may be changed. Likely not, though. The founder, Malevolent, the founder of Natu, had quit being the leader of Natu after the Alinity drama died, but before Malevolent had left Natu, he had first declared that Natu would no longer be a Thought Patrol activist, but would be more about catch and arresting pedophiles, along with exposing them to the world, if they had a good following. Second, he put Lowell as the new leader of Natu. I'm like ER. People may think that I'm a racist, but all just a joke. Every racist thing I say, is nothing more than just a joke, and I don't mean it that way. The name of Natu wasn't originally supposed to become as serious as it is now. Malevolent. The current leader. The current leader is LOL, the same person who put this site together. Thanks to Malevolent for helping, and as always, Heli, Heil Notu, Heil PewDiePie, and Rip Malevolent. So they are a slightly racistly named hacktivist group that is dedicated to exposing pedophiles, and I guess they used to be a thought patrol. I think if I recall, I'm an old man, so I'm not too sure, but I think thought means that hoe over there. I guess. I don't I don't know. But I guess they're doing good things here at Natsu, and I support them wholly. And that about does it for this week's episode of Deep Web Exploration. I said I was going to do 3, but I want everything to be higher quality and not just me spamming website after website after website while I'm getting really tired and doing my thing. But I do have other websites to explore and show you. I'll be recording them hopefully throughout the week or maybe whatever else. I don't know how I'm going to do it. But there will be the resurgence of deep web content for you guys, and hopefully you enjoy it. But until then, I'm Robert with Uniconic Interactive, and I'll see you next time.